Engineering results are out. The counseling season is here, and lakhs of students are Googling right now ECE versus CSE. And if you too are in a similar dilemma, then I would say stop because you're asking the wrong question. If you have just finished your BITSAT, JEE, state CETs, or any other entrance exams and sitting at the counseling table wondering which branch to pick up, then this video is for you. Your parents might say CSC because the package is good, while your EC seniors might either be bitter or over enthusiastic. And YouTube is full of people advising you on which branch to take without working a single day in either of the fields. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Madhuri, a semiconductor engineer by profession with over a decade of work experience as a hardware engineer working on mobile chips. And in this video, I'm going to give you an honest version of this debate and also parts where I'm going to question my own choices. So let's get started. Let me take you back to 2008 to 2012 when some of your older siblings or cousins were making this exact choice. What did the world look like back then? CSE was already popular, but ECE and EEE were genuinely respected alternatives. In fact, at IIT Bombay in 2010, JEE rank 1 took electrical, not CS. EE closed at a higher rank than CS. That's how competitive and desirable the hardware branches were back then. Then the 2010s happened. India's IT boom exploded. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, they were hiring in tens of thousands of engineers. The playbook was actually clear. Just get into a decent engineering college, choose CSC, get into an IT job, work there for years, and that was it. That playbook worked very well. For years, it worked very well. Then what really changed? Everything. I mean, everything. So let me give you some real numbers, not opinions, but actual data. So in financial year 2024, TCS, Infosys and Wipro, the companies that absorb the bulk of engineering freshers every year, collectively shed over 63,000 employees. Infosys alone lost nearly 26,000 employees, and this isn't a blip. Fresher hiring by India's top four IT firms dropped from nearly 243,000 in 1 year to 82,000 the very next year. Meanwhile, on the hardware side, India added 43,000 semiconductor jobs in 2024-25 alone. The India Semiconductor Mission has 76,000 crore in government backing. Tata is building a fab in Gujarat. Micron is running an ATMP facility in Sanand. AMD, Qualcomm, Apple, all are deepening their India engineering operations. The Indian semiconductor market is projected to go from 53 billion to 161 billion by 2033. The jobs are moving, not all of them, but enough so that the brand choice you make in 2025 will still look very different from the brand choice made in 2015. Here's something I usually don't say out loud. Sometimes I genuinely wish I had taken coding more seriously in college. Not to become a software engineer, but even in hardware interviews, you're tested for coding skills, be it Python, automation, or scripting. And there were moments in my career where I felt that gap. So here's a comment from one of my previous videos, and the commentator is asking the exact real right thing. Real physics stays with you, especially in semiconductor and RF world. But honestly, by the time you're in the industry, it's a mix. You're debugging with tools, pattern recognition, and data analysis. Coding creeps even in hardware, which is why I say ECE without at least basic coding skills is like leaving career potential on the table. But then I look at some of my other friends, genuinely sharp people, decent coders, but who ended up in mid-tier service firms, service companies, doing probably maintenance work on systems no one really cares about. And I think maybe I was better off my hardware role at a product company working on chips that were shipping to 200 million plus phones. That felt like something. So the lesson isn't that is ECE better or is CSE better. The lesson is that the branch is only one variable. The company type and what you build on top of that degree matter just as much or maybe even more. Let me be blunt about both paths over a 10-year horizon. CSC, what they don't tell you. The first 5 to 7 years look great if you land the right company. Fast growth, high salaries, but there's a structural ceiling that most people don't see coming. As one creator that I follow put it rightly, tech career growth is highest in the early years and tends to plateau post 40 if you haven't built deep specialization or moved into leadership. And in a world where AI is automating entry level code, undifferentiated engineers, the ones doing routine maintenance tasks at average service companies, will feel the pinch first. ECE. What they don't tell you about ECE is that the starting salaries look low on paper. The career path looks less obvious. But here's what's different. Hardware is stickier. You cannot prompt your way to chip validation. The domain knowledge compounds. And right now, India has hardware talent supply problem. There are more roles opening than there are qualified engineers to fill that. And that is opposite to the software market. Here's another comment from a software QA professional on my previous video, mid-career, discovering hardware validation for the very first time. The gap in awareness, that's the market signal. People aren't even considering hardware as an option, which means less competition for those who do it. So, neither path is easy, neither is a lottery ticket, but they have very different risk profiles going into the next decade. So, here's the actual question you should be asking before choosing the branch. Not which has higher package median, not which is safer, but what are the kind of problems that you want to be close to in the next 10 years. If you're naturally drawn to systems, signals, the physical world, the stuff that runs before software even loads, then ECE is the territory for you. And it's about to get a lot more interesting in India. On the other hand, if you're drawn to the logic layer, the apps, data, products that users interact with, then CSE makes more sense for you. But go in knowing differentiation is your job. Average won't protect you anymore. Whatever you pick up, close the skill gap the other side leaves. If you're picking up ECE, learn enough Python scripting and data analysis to not be helpless. If you're picking CSE, then understand computer architecture and systems, not just the syntax. Also, and this is important, don't just pick a branch. Pick the type of the company you want to work at eventually. Product companies, chip companies, deep tech startups, these are very different environments from large IT service firms. That fork in the road shapes your career more than the branch does. The branch is just the starting point. What you build on top of it, the skills, the curiosity, the awareness of what the industry actually needs, that's everything. So, if you're going into ECE and wondering if that is the right choice for you to make, then come back to this channel because in the future, I'm going to be covering about India's semiconductor story, what hardware careers actually look like, and the skill sets that you need to build before giving your very first interview. If you found this video useful, then do share it with another engineering friend who might be stressed at the counseling right now because they need this video more than another top 10 highest paying branches list. Drop your branch and your biggest fear in the comments and I will respond to it at the earliest. And if you are curious of what a day in the life of a chip engineer looks like, then check out my other video and I will see you in my next video soon.